കഴിഞ്ഞ എപ്പിസോഡിൽ നമ്മൾ ബാക്കി എല്ലാ മാച്ചസിലും നൗ 3 മാച്ചസും കൂടെ ഉള്ളൂ. സിവിൽ വാർ ഗെയിംസ് എന്ന് പറയാം, ഗോട്ട്ലെറ്റ് റോമൻ റെയിൻസിന്റെ ഒരു മാച്ച് എന്ന് പറയാം, ബാക്കി ഒരു മാച്ച് വരുന്നത്. ഏത് മാച്ചാന്ന് എനിക്കറിയത്തില്ല. നമുക്ക് എന്തായാലും തുടങ്ങാം.
I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the moment and became the tribal chief in Roman Reigns' absence, I didn't like it. I don't even think I respected it. But something deep down in me admired it. That took some forward thinking. I'm the chief now! Now we all know what happened when the OG bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, faced the new rogue bloodline, led by Solo Sikoa, in the War Games. But there was a discussion here while planning the WWE 2K25 showcase that has me, your wise man, admittedly a little intrigued. What if War Games was limited to only OG bloodline, no honorary uses, versus Solo's rogue bloodline, no honorary uses? It's 4-on-4 Roman Reigns. The Usos, Sami Zayn, versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the most dangerous new competitor WWE has ever seen, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. What happens then? This is your moment to determine who is the real bloodline. This is your moment to determine who is the only bloodline. This is where the bloodline's legacy and the bloodline's future is in your hands.
Any day, OG bloodline, any day.
The rules of the match are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages, with 1 member of each team starting the match. At regular intervals, alternating members from each team will be released to enter the...
The bloodline is in chaos. This wrestling dynasty is on the brink of collapse.
This conflict goes far beyond acknowledgement, Michael. This man and the original bloodline are fighting for their livelihood.
It's on me, man.
Introducing first, from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event,
This man and the rest of the original bloodline is under attack. The new bloodline will do whatever it takes to wipe out the old guard. But this man and the rest of his crew will not go down without a fight. This is a power struggle that could not be contained by a traditional 20-by-20 ring. He's ready to bring the heavy fire to the new bloodline. destroying what he's built. Well, this conflict was unfathomable
they do not act with honor. This man says the OG Bloodline will suffer the consequences of their disloyalty.
We are looking at a heavy hitter with pure malice in his eyes. And he's looking to make his name at the expense of the old guard of the Bloodline.
The OG Bloodline have never faced a threat like this.
The island of relevancy is no more. The OG Bloodline is fighting bloodthirsty savages who will feast on whatever they can. There will be no hesitation in pulling the trigger, and the OGs have got to match that ferocity. Here we go, first two combatants locked in the War Game structure. The original Bloodline versus the new Bloodline in the match beyond. The WWE Universe has wanted to see this war for some time, gentlemen. Roman and his old guard versus Solo and the new crew.
So many questions. Can Roman's teammates put their past animosity aside? Can the rest of Solo's gang handle a match against competitors with more War Games experience?
Bloodline leader Roman Reigns, there's so much on the line in this one, guys. Solo took his spot at the head of the table.
He says he's the new tribal chief.
And Roman's legacy is names.
This group, they mean something. But the Bloodline represents all that Roman has built in his career.
And he needs to take it back tonight.
Before officially
starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school Bloodline coming out on top? Every one of these men is a proven eventer, Michael. But that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page. Given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE can handle the new Bloodline. Roman and his crew need to work on their bond.
Oh, fuck. Reversing.
One seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That makes Jimmy Uso. Might be an instance of the enemy. My enemy is my friend. Jimmy had flashes. He went with his brother Jay.
With the men who put Jimmy on the shelf,
wants to stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo's Bloodline to deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
Numbers advantage or not, he's leaving nothing to chance as he surges under the apron. This enters the ring and sets it.
Signature time, baby. Oh, fuck. Reverse. Full stand up ഒരു സിഗ്നേച്ചർ ജേക്കബ് പാക്ക് ചെയ്ത കാര്യം ജേക്കബ് പാക്ക് സ്ട്രോങ് ലൂസ് അങ്ങനെ തീർക്കും fucking killing it, bro. He's so strong. they change it to big boom? Trauma ठेवले Liberty. I could finish it, man. I think it's pretty fine, but still, I want to. What the fuck do I get? I want to play through it again also. ഞാൻ കളിക്കുന്നില്ല, എനിക്കത് മടുത്ത്.
Roman's original Bloodline crew found a way to work together and reestablish their dominance. You may not know who your brother or enemy is by their last name, but when you're in battle,
I don't finish it.
look to your right. That's the
I won my awards. Bring in the next match, please.
Okay, a little bit of character for your wise man, but that was a little bit difficult for me to watch. Seeing this family splinter into two groups, fighting against each other, it breaks my dark heart. But they're all grown men, and you settled the issue. Now let's give Solo credit. Forming Team Solo was, of course, his usual backup of Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, the sons of Haku, feared as one of the baddest men to ever walk planet Earth. Along with them, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, son of Tama, also known as TK All Day, the Tonga Kid, another fearsome competitor from WWE's golden era. But did you know that Haku and Tama once comprised one of WWE's most impressive tag teams? Haku had been considered family by the Dynasty for years on end, and his teaming with Tama, brother of Rikishi, solidified this for eternity. The Islanders were a formidable test for any tag team in WWE in the late 1980s, competing against teams like the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs. Initially fan favorites, the two would embrace a more hard-nosed approach and even teamed up with WWE Hall of Famer Bobby the Brain Heenan, finding even more success. The team flawlessly merged aerial excellence, martial arts mastery, and some good old-fashioned Islander grit. Perhaps their most infamous moment saw them actually dog-nap Matilda, mascot of the British Bulldogs, showing that they were willing to do literally anything to throw opponents off their game. Both men are still revered today as two of the real legit tough guys in the industry, names that instill fear simply upon mention, and they absolutely taught their children well. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa both love to slowly brutalize an opponent in the traditional Haku style, while Jacob Fatu hurls his body at opponents from all angles with reckless abandon, much like Islander Tama in his TK All Day heyday. For their inclusion in the 2K25 showcase, we find the Islanders in a dream match, taking on another team that has mastered the air, ground fighting, and has their own brand of swag that keeps opponents guessing at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins have put together one hell of a run in WWE, and the perennial tag team champions are going to find themselves in an unfamiliar setting, taking on Haku and Tama in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Anyone can sneak a win out, but Haku and Tama often competed in this type of match to fully demonstrate the superiority to their opponents. And you can bet that they're out to do the same thing to Angelo and Tez. So get out there and showcase the tag team mastery that the Islanders used to terrorize their opponents. Lift your party cups and take one last sip for the Street Profits. And don't worry, no one will hold you responsible for the damage you and the Islanders caused them. Because I assure you, the Islanders can handle the smoke.
It is time for the Street Profits to get themselves some of the Islanders.
Well, with all due respect to the smoke and the party cups, but AD and Tez need to up their game. This could be the Profits' night. The Street Profits had better be ready for what's coming.
Tez and Dawkins have to be ready to deal with any shortcut the Islanders can find.
And their opponents, accompanied by Bobby Heenan and a
The Islanders and Street Profits facing off here in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Two teams that mix high flying and hard hits with ease. This is going to be exciting.
The Islanders move at such speeds that you can't take your eyes off them for a second. The Street Profits have got to be at their best if they hope for a win tonight. You can tell Tom wants to end the party for Dawkins and Fuller. Luckily, they have the biggest party in WWE in the Weasel, Bobby Heenan. He gets sent right into the corner. Tag. Double team coming. Double headbutt. Look, I get that the Islanders are brutal, but when I look at Haku, I kind of see something Haku's a big mean left to walk. Nothing about him since Warrior. Nobody Heenan does seem to have taken the Islanders to the top of WWE, perhaps becoming king of the ring. He's on that game. Competing in these type of it's crucial for the Islanders to force the first ball as possible. To do that, they've got to take it honestly like to make an attack. And shut him down. He gets out of there. Oh, what a fine fly. Forcefully delivered. Forcing to turn the momentum here. The Islanders putting a beating on the Street Profits. Something that Tez and Dawkins need to watch out for tonight is the presence of Bobby the Weasel Heenan. They'll do anything for his clients. Don't you dare disparage the brain, Saxton. Heenan is indeed a wise man who has quickly brought the Islanders up the ranks. They'll be tag champions in no time. Double headbutt. And just look at the damage to Montez Ford's face after that shot. Oh, what a headbutt. He takes to the top rope. Take off. Elbow. You can't seem to find any answer here. Yeah, this is troubling. Can only hold on for so long now. It's a different beast in a rarity of tag team competition. But one of these teams actually has a bit of a history with this stipulation. Yeah, the Islanders have a history of success in multiple matches. And in high-profile situations, no less. They competed in the main event of the first Royal Rumble in this time's match in two-stage straight balls. They also had two fall second on Saturday night's main event. Bottom line, the Islanders are ready for this. Hopefully, the Street Profits are quick learners. Set up in the corner of the ring.
എന്തുമായിരുന്നതാ ഈസി ഗെയിം എന്ന് വെച്ചിരുന്നപ്പോ
So well together. No.
ഫിനിഷർ സിഗ്നേച്ചർ ഒക്കെ ഏതാ ഹക്ക് സാവട്ടിക്ക് ഒക്കെ ഡൈവിംഗ് ഹെഡ്ബട്ട് റണ്ണിങ് ബ്ലോക്ക് ഫസ്റ്റ് think Hakko will Montes for the it's fucking crossbody.
Referee continues the count. Up high. Completely missed the mark there. Look out. He fails to connect. Nothing fancy there. And the Islanders just set the Profits up in smoke. Getting set up in the corner now. Stuck to the gut. And a knee right to the throat. That should do it right there. Look at his opponent out of the pin. Yeah, gotta wonder what he's thinking. Tags into the match. Tag, there it is. He's going up.
ഇതിന്റെ മൂവ്സെറ്റ് എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവുന്നില്ല.
Showing zero regard for incredible courage to even attempt that.
One more, boys.
Affiliation has been a real problem for the Profits. Let's see if their fortunes change against the Islanders. He is determined to fight out. Right in the chest and then the throat quick. From the contact wing. Not waiting any longer.
Nice conversion. Tamil നല്ല conversion. Able to slip out of that one. Get on the tag here. Oh my goodness. He's definitely been worn down a little. He's in a bit of agony now. Set right into the corner. Dismantling the arm in the corner. ഇപ്പൊ ടോപ്പ് റോപ്പ് പോകാൻ നോക്കിയാൽ ഇവൻ വേറെ
establishing dominance. Oh, what a stop right to the chest. Are you kidding me? Orton says his tags his teammate in.
എന്റെ മാനേജറെ ഞാൻ എടുത്തിട്ടു ഇതിനെന്തിനാ ഞാൻ ടൈ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നു കമോൺ മാൻ കമോൺ Tacking finisher, baby. In the tacking finisher. Mari ikkada referee. One, two, three. And the item is main, bro. Now fucking last match. Roman Reigns gauntlet match. Next match, boys, and the final fucking match of this episode. So ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഒരു പുതിയ യൂട്യൂബർ ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ് പുതിയൊരു യൂട്യൂബർ ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. നെക്സ്റ്റ് ടൈം തൊട്ട് പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ടുള്ള അൺലോക്ക്.
Alongside this family, this bloodline, for so many decades, reliving moments that I got to experience firsthand has been a privilege of the highest order. Introducing you to WWE legends that I hold in such high esteem, and also spotlighting the modern day greatness their descendants have provided you in recent years, all to pay tribute to the greatest wrestling family I have ever known. Has truly been my privilege. To be successful in this industry is a 1 in a billion chance. To see one bloodline continuously pump out superstar after superstar, champion after champion, generation after generation is a testament not only to the skills they possess, but also to the work they put in to become absolute masters of their craft. And it cannot be stated any other way. This dynasty, this family, this bloodline has mastered every single solitary aspect of professional wrestling. And by reliving their magnificent history, you've begun your path of mastery as well. You've conquered former champions, righted some very egregious historical wrongs, survived war games, and even settled the question as to who the true tribal chief really is. You've unlocked WWE legends who are now ready to unleash their special brand of offense on current WWE superstars who didn't think they'd ever have to face these classic competitors like Haku or the Wild Samoans. It wasn't easy, and you definitely had to get a little oozy along the way. But you showed that bloodline spirit and determination, and now you stand at the top of the mountain. On behalf of WWE and the 2K families, we all thank you so very much for playing. And on behalf of every fan of this beautiful performance art known as professional wrestling, we thank you, the Anawai, Fatu, and Maivia clans, for decades of entertainment and generations of pure brilliance, for creating greatness with your hard work and sharing it with all of us so freely. Before we go, we do have one last surprise for you at home. Now that you've showcased your skills and earned a spot as an honorary ASUS, it's time for you to choose who rules your WWE universe as the tribal chief. Is Roman Reigns still your tribal chief, or have you thrown in with the attempted coup by Solo Sikoa? Do you want to see Tamina finally rule over everyone, or is it TK all day, every day, don't you say? Regardless of who you choose, you've earned the right to acknowledge your tribal chief.
Raw. There's only one tribal chief now. There's Roman Reigns though. But there's a decision in Raw for Roman Reigns. Then I'm gonna knock at live. Is Yokozuna, the Dynasty's first World Heavyweight Champion, uses his size advantage at all times of platinum competition. Tamina, Rock Maivia, Jey Uso, Jamal, Rikishi, Iceland Tama, The Raw, Tamatonga, Solicita. It's between Roman Reigns or the Raw. But my tribal chief, Roman Reigns is always my choice. I feel like playing Raw too, but nothing is Roman Reigns anyway. Roman the GOAT, he is the tribal chief, and I will acknowledge him. It's a fucking bloodline rules match.
The winner of this match will be acknowledged as your tribal chief. The rules of the match are as follows.
റൂൾസ് ഒക്കെ ട്രൈബൽ ചീഫിന് അറിഞ്ഞിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാനാണ്? Knowledge to tribal chief, man. Knowledge.
A superstar with a daunting challenge ahead.
The GOAT, my tribal chief. Acknowledge. Who will be his first fucking opponent?
Toughest set of competitors tries to adapt your dreams of being recognized as the head of the table. And we know there's turmoil in the family's minutes, so much so they decided a gauntlet match is the only way to set the narrative straight. Let's call it what it is, Michael. The family wants to put this member in their place. Down a peg. To me, tonight we almost what happens. Taking command. Looks like Tom's having trouble generating any sort of defense. Disrespectful, disgusting behavior. There was no respect shown there. Come on, right in the head. He's being somewhat backed into a corner right now. And we know the lineup we are seeing tonight is exceptionally talented. Each one is capable of taking stimulation for tonight. It's almost a trial by fire of some sort. Absolutely. Kill me this match. Many expectations are coming up. The family had decided these rules. Only those who know how to adjust and be strong enough to lead the bloodline.
1, 2, 3.
No longer running the gauntlet. Or we scratch the surface of our entrance.
How the fuck is it wrong? I'm gonna use theory than a physical.
Sole possession of the seat. You will be at the top of the mountain, casting an enormous shadow over every possible challenger. I'm already intimidated thinking about the follow the door around this superstar's shoulders. Muscle memory for the Rock. And Reigns absolutely can't believe it, but he cannot let that slow him down. Oh, perfect kick. Oh, man. And as cool as this match might seem, let's not forget, this is family. Right or wrong, ultimately, these rules need to be respected. Well, look at that. It's a fight to fix a family, to like to control an entire business. It's hard to say when the family business is all about fighting. And The Rock got cut down to size there. And a stop to the gut. Man, Archer Buster behind that kick. Stomping down. The Rock is being taken full advantage of now. Yeah, Reigns really seems to have The Rock's number here. Samoan drop. Showing reckless abandon. There was every chance that could have gone wrong, but instead, it was right on the money. He snaps his face right into the
barricade. Driven into the barricade. Merciless. Smash your opponent's head like that. Stop to finish it off. Roach cannot be stopped here. And Roman might just have Florence. Devastating kick. Maybe combination. Oh, maybe not. His opponent keeps piling it on. At this point in the match, there's no time to recover. The damage is done. Step ahead there. Finding an answer to that onslaught. Looks like he should win off, and he's turning it around. He just barely get it back in.
One, two. What the fuck is this? We broken down. Revenue. 1, 2, 3. Next person, please. I believe this is Roman Reigns' grandfather. It's either ഇതിന്റെ അപ്പൂപ്പൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അപ്പൂപ്പൻ്റെ അപ്പൻ. ഇത് കറക്റ്റ് ചെയ്തെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. Reverse ചെയ്താലാണ് ഇത് പിന്നെ ലെജൻസ് മോഡിലെ കളിക്കുന്നു. ഇത് ഹാർഡ് മോഡാണ്. ലെജൻസ് മോഡ് കുറച്ച് യോക്കസിന് നടന്നു വരുന്നവരെ ഞാനിവിടെ ചുമ്മിരിക്കണം. എന്റെ കൊടി തടിയ പിന്നെ പോടാ. So fucking weird. അല്ല യോക്കോസിനെ ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് തന്നെ എന്ത് മച്ചാങ്ക. യോക്കോസിനെ ഫ്ലിപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് തന്നെ എന്ത് വിയർഡാണ്.
For this match now, Thomas got to find a way to defend himself.
God, no focus. Kicking out of what is crazy. And reverse my fucking finisher. I have to build everything up. Now it's trying to better. I didn't know you see this coming after that attack. Roman across his own shoulders. See, how can you beat your own brother? Jimmy J के पीरियड में हम मिशेल Reversing. Oh, he didn't do it. GG. 1, 2, 3.
But there's still 3 more challengers waiting their turn.
Hard, what are you doing?
Man on this gauntlet action. Down the ball. And the ball is
more participants hoping to run the gauntlet. This gauntlet carries on with the addition of Alpha.
First is spear eliminated. ഞാൻ ഹാർഡ് മാച്ച് ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ തോറ്റായിരുന്നു. സോ ഐ കുഡ് ടു ഈസി മൂവ്. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത്ര റിലേറ്റീവ്ലി ഈസിയാണ്. ഐ ജോൺ ഫിനിഷ് ദ ഗെയിം. ഇപ്പം തന്നെ ലേറ്റായി. പക്ഷേ മറ്റെല്ലാ മാച്ചും ബാക്കി എല്ലാ ബ്ലഡ് ലൈൻ മാച്ചും ഞാൻ ഫുൾ ഡേ അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് മോർ ദാൻ 10-15 ഈ സെയിം മാച്ചസ്. എന്നിട്ട് എനിക്ക് പറ്റില്ല. ഹാർഡ് വെച്ച് I play like 2-3 matches. എന്നിട്ട് പറ്റില്ല. So that's why I put easy mode. ബാക്കിയെല്ലാം ഞാൻ ഇതാട്ടോ കളിച്ചത്. ഞാൻ ലെജൻഡറി ടാഗ് ടീംസ് ഒക്കെ ഹാർഡ് മോഡ്, സിംഗിൾസ് എല്ലാം ലെജൻഡറി കളിച്ചത്. Effective. Damn. ഈ മ്യൂസിക് ഞാൻ ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ്. Yes, man. I want something like company so random. ഒരു സ്പിയറിൽ തരും. എൻ്റെ സൂപ്പർ ഫിനിഷർ എന്താ? Run to the corner. Okay, damn bro. പെണ്ണാന്ന് വെച്ച് വിടുത്തൊന്നുമില്ല. ശരിയാക്കി തരാം. ഈ 20-25 ഒക്കെയാണ് ഈ പെണ്ണുങ്ങളാണെന്നൊക്കെ കളിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. അതിനും
must be low after that attack.
Oh, that was so weird when you do so good. The pendency is kind of weird. Yeah, no, you don't know where you are following that. Oh, look at this here, guys! Look at this!
comes Steve. She gets put in the corner. Shoulder midsection. Superman punch.
And 1, 2, 3.
Laid out. The gauntlet was speared. Pain to live with the ball. Man with life in his belly. Hold your own kid from a seat at the head of the table.
അങ്ങനെ എല്ലാം കഴിഞ്ഞു. ഞങ്ങൾ ഓൾ യൂസൂസും ജിമ്മി യൂസൂസും പിന്നെ തമീനും അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഫിനിഷ് ദിസ് എപ്പിസോഡ്. ഓ മൈ ഗാഡ്, ഹെക്ടിക് ബ്രോ. ഞാനൊരു 1 വീക്ക് എടുത്താണ്